Hello everyone and welcome to Java lesson number 27. Today we will talk about polymorphism in Java. But what is polymorphism in Java exactly? It is a concept by which we can perform a single action in many different ways. We can perform polymorphism in Java by method overloading and method overriding. If you overload a static method in Java, it is the example of compile time polymorphism. And so that you know, it is a really important concept in the object-oriented programming. If you really want to use Java as an OOP language, then you need to know how to use polymorphism. So let's create a new Java project. Let's name it lesson 27. And like we always do, create a new package and create our main class with a main method. Aside this class, we can create a new class and let's name it TVShow. So, what does a TVShow have? TVShow has a name, so private string name, and let's make it just a symbol. So public, let's create a constructor. TVShow, we need to give a name to that name. Define that name if you want better. And now we can use this keyword that we learned in our previous lesson. We can also make a public string method. Let's name it plot. And this one will return a string, and it will be the plot of the TV show. And let's make a getter. Public you know what, let's do it that way. Generate getters and setters. Tac. Generate. But we don't need the setter, so that you can also learn to do it automatically. And now we have a getter. We have a method plot, and this returns no plot, and a constructor that takes a string to give a name to our TV show. So let's create some TV shows. Let's create a new class. Let's create the billions. And what did we learn in the Inheritage lesson? With the keyword extends, it will be the child of the TV show. So let's say extends TV show. And now we can make a constructor. Let's make public billions. We will leave the constructor empty and use a super keyword. And inside this super keyword, we'll write billions. So the name. And I will explain what we did here. So in our previous lesson, we talked about the super method and the super keyword. What I did here by doing that is I call the super keyword as I write billions here, and then I will save it also here. It goes here to the parent class, to the TV show class, and uses this constructor. So it uses this string name, and it has now, it goes here, where is it? Here, this name and private string name, and now this billions class has also a name. You will see it in action later on. And then we can create with the keyword override the method public string plot. Exactly the method that we have on the parent class, on the super class. And here we will return the plot of the billions, which is about money, for example. So this is our class. This is our billions class. Let's make another one. Let's make the class Game of Thrones. Yes, I'm also disappointed with this end. It also extends the TV shows. Oh, TV show. This is the right name. We will create a public constructor, public Game of Thrones. We will leave it empty, and we will do exactly the same trick. Inside the super method, we will put the GOT, and then we will also do the override thing. We'll create a public string plot method, and then we can say return war, for example. It's about war, and then we can save it and create another one. Let's create, for example, Dexter. I was once fan of Dexter. And we can make it extends TV show. So I mostly use IntelliJ. Let's see here. There must be a way to do. So override can generate constructor from superclass. Let's try this one. Not exactly what I wanted, but I'm gonna keep it that way. So here you can see exactly what we do. Instead of using the name here as a local variable and here, we write it directly inside the super. You can also do it the other way, but we want it predefined. Extra. And I think that you can also do the override methods. Yes, the override one. So let's see the plot. I want the plot. So this is how you can auto generate the plot. But if I leave it that way, do you remember what will happen? I will get the plot of the TV show, and I don't want that. I want the plot of the Dexter. Let's write killer, and not the super keyword. I don't need the super keyword. So perfect. We did this class with the auto thing. Let's create another one. Let's create the Black Mirror. It is also a great series, a great TV show. Extends TV show. Then we can make a public Black Mirror, and then we can open up the brackets, the super method. Let's say Black Mirror. Now let's make the override method, and we can also create it like that. Returns. It's about tech. And I don't need this one here. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Let's create one more. I need to think about one. Orange. Extends TV show, and let's make constructor public orange, and then a super, and then let's create the public string plot return in prison. So I think we got it. And let's go back to our main class. Let's go here, and we'll create the public static method that returns type of TV show, and we will name it random TV So with no parameters, and let's create an integer random number, and we will use here the math random method. But the math random method, the random method from math class, returns a random double number, and we need to convert it in integer and return the number between 1 and 5. We will do that. In order to do that, we will do it that way with a wrapper class, and we will explain also in a later lesson exactly step by step what are we doing here. And now, because we need five random numbers, and if I do it if I multiply it with 5, I get from 0 to 4. I do a +1, so I will get to 5, 1 to 5. So then we will make a switch random number, and now let's make our first case 1. Let's return now the billions. Return new billions. I'm sorry, new billions, because we'll create a new class. And then we need the second case where we will return a new, what's next? Game of Thrones. And then a case 3 where we will return a new Dexter, and then a case 4 where we will return a new Black Mirror, wow. And then a case 5 where we will return a new Orange. And then we also need to return null if nothing from the above things happen. And now we can go here to our main method. We have everything saved, and we will make a loop. Let's make a for loop. So I will make an integer 1, and I need 10 different movies, TV series. So I'm saying I will create a local variable integer I1, and so long that it is less than 11, so 1 to 10. Do what I say here in the loop, and then increment by 1. And inside the loop, I will say TV show. Let's make TV show equals random TV show, and then we can say let's create it. Let's print it. So TV show, and then the number of the TV show. This will be good, and then like that, and let's make a space here, and then we can say series TV show, and we could call something. I need a get name. Let me think about it. So why don't I get it? TV show. Here is a get name, because no, it is normal. Of course not. I think it is because That's why, because I use the class name instead of the variable name that I should use. So, and then you can go further. After the name, we can use the next line, the new line, and then we need a plot. So like that. And then we need the TV. So what is it again? Like that. So TV show, and then we need the plot. And let's call one more new line character, like that. Let's save it and see if it works. So, as you can see here on the right side, we have 10 different random called TV shows. And as you can see, I call here from the TV show, from the class TV show, get name, and then the plot. And instead of taking in return the no plot and the no name, because I haven't set any name, I take this. I take 10 random things. I take the name, the get name of the Game of Thrones with its plot, of the Orange with its plot, Dexter plot, again Game of Thrones, again Orange, Orange, Game of Thrones, Orange, Dexter, Orange. And if I press it one more time, I will take different, because it is every time it's something random. But why did that happen? Well, the reason is because of polymorphism. Because we use inheritance, and this is the parent class. The TV show is the parent class, is the super class, and the other classes are the child classes. Here I call the super keyword, and the super keyword says use the constructor of the parent class. And the constructor of the parent class, here the parenthesis, the local variable, is setting the name. So by doing this, we give a name to this class without even defining it in the data field. And this is how you make a clear code, a more a readable code, a better code, less code also, faster code. And this is also with inheritance. This is object-oriented programming. Also, as you can see, don't forget the, like I did here, the override keyword. This will help you, and by writing the override, you can see the arrow that points up to the top here. This is also an indicator that here there is an override method, and as you can see, by using the override, it is the same. What is here written, it doesn't affect the outcome that you take, because once you call this class, you will take this overrided method. This method, this what we write here, overrides what is written on the inside the parent class. You can try to experiment a little by yourself at your home. As I told also before, polymorphism is a really important part of object-oriented programming, and a really important part of Java. It will come in front of you many times, and the better you know how to use it, the better programmer you are. That's it for today. This sums up with our inheritance, our super, our this, and the polymorphism. As you could see, these topics were all related, and then we will confront these topics in the future to our lessons, and every time you can remember how did we do that, or why did we do that, I will always explain it again. But you can also come again, see this video, practice a little bit yourself, and at some point you will become familiar with that and you won't need any further help. But if you do know, and if you have any further questions, feel free to ask them on the comment section below or send me a message. Thank you all for watching.